We have to do it, right? We have to do it. Well, the truth is, we probably don't have to do it. We either... Hello everyone, this is Abel from abelkinetic.com, and today we have another quotation illumination. Today's quotation illumination is from Tim Ferriss. Here's a picture of him. And it's directly from the book called The 4-Hour Workweek. I've listened to The 4-Hour Workweek 2 or 3 times, and I'll put a link to it below. I really recommend it. Every time I listen to that book, there's something new that pops out that I can actually implement almost immediately in my life, which makes me more effective. So without further ado, let's check out the video quote block, and let's see what the quote is. Being overwhelmed is often as unproductive as doing nothing and is far more unpleasant. Being selective, doing less, is the path of the productive. Focus on the important few and ignore the rest. Tim Ferriss. Now this is a good quote. It's got some really practical advice for us. How often do we try to do so many things? We get in a frenzy. We got to get so much stuff done. We have to do it, right? We have to do it. Well, the truth is, we probably don't have to do it. We either convinced ourselves or bullied ourselves into believing that we have to get all these things done. I feel more organized when I make lists because I want to, get things done and move forward. However, there's kind of an evil part of making lists, is that my lists will go on and on and on and on. And the problem with that is that once I want to start getting to work, I look at the list. And there's so many things on it that I start jumping around. And I do a little bit here and a little bit there, but actually I never really finish any one thing. So I'm learning that when I make a list, I have to make 2 lists. The first list is just whatever's in my head that I got to get down and we're going to eventually have to get done. That's the first list. The second list that I actually work off of when I'm looking at during the day working is a list that only has 2 or 3 items. I have to put a lower amount of items just to keep my focus. If I put too many, then I lose focus and I jump around too much and nothing really gets done. I'm learning to be more effective in my life. I can still make lists, but I have to find an optimum way to do it. And for me at this time in my life is to just put 2 or 3 things on the list, and that's it. Focus on those, get them done, and then jump to the bigger list. Add 2 or 3 things more, and then move forward. This quote is a great example of how less is more. Focusing on fewer things allows us to be more effective and put our energy, all of our energy, into those few things. When we have so many things, just like our brain gets scrambled and we're all talking about, gotta do so much, get this done, but we actually end up getting less done. One tool that I've used is called the TINO filter. TINO is an acronym, T-I-N-O, and it stands for time-consuming, irrelevant to my life goals, negative and energy draining, and outside my influence. And basically it's a test. When we got something that comes into our life, we pass it through the test. Is it time-consuming? Is it irrelevant to my life goals? Is it negative and energy draining? Is it outside my control and influence? And the more I use the TINO filter, I'm surprised at how much stuff that comes in my life which just doesn't pass the TINO test. My rule of thumb is if it meets 3 of the 4 criteria, then it's most likely something that's going to take me away from my life goals and probably be a waste of my time and energy and resources. And it's quite surprising how much stuff doesn't pass the TINO test, and it's just a waste of our time and not leading anywhere towards our goals. I guess that's the challenge of life, right? Is to keep things in a balance and keep focused. So what do you think of this quote by Tim Ferriss? Feel free to leave me a comment below. That's the quotation illumination for today. Thank you for watching. Let's be in motion to improve, achieve, and create value.